Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said that a lot was done during U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff's visit to Russia last week, and the Russian side hopes to continue this useful conversation during the expected Russia-U.S. summit in Alaska. This comes as the White House has confirmed that the meeting will take place at 11 a.m. Alaska time. Once the meeting concludes, he is expected to depart Anchorage at 5:45 p.m. for the return flight to the White House. President Trump has said that he believes Putin is ready to end the war in Ukraine, but peace would likely require at least a second meeting involving Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Here's what the Russian foreign minister had to say.
Мы никогда не загадываем ничего наперед. Мы знаем, что у нас есть аргументы, у нас есть позиция понятная, четкая. Мы будем ее излагать. Здесь уже немало сделано в ходе визитов Стивена Уиткоффа, президент об этом сказал, и Уиткофф выступал от имени президента Трампа. Надеюсь, что мы сегодня, завтра продолжим это точно.
Now for this discussion, we are joined by Shruti Das Gupta. She's an international affairs expert, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you, Shruti, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, given Lavrov's statement about this useful conversation with Steve Witkoff, what do you think was achieved during this discussion, and how do you think he will leverage this on tonight's discussions?
Greetings, Asuma. I understand that Russia has been very firm on its demands that it will not give up the land that it has taken over. A part of the eastern part of Ukraine will continue to be under Russian control. It wants to demilitarize Ukraine completely. That means at least, if not all, at least all the US aid and the NATO armaments that are there will have to be sent back, and there shall be probably a skeleton army, or if most probably no army at all in Ukraine itself. I believe beyond this, Trump had already hinted at this before. He had said that he likes the critical minerals mines around Donetsk, etc. And these are areas that now Russia dominates. So maybe because he's a businessman more than a politician, Trump would probably have allowed all of this under the fact that Russia would hand over the control of these mines and the mining rights of these certain specific areas to USA, and they will divvy up this Ukrainian melon between themselves and leave the others to pick up the remains of whatever is left of the Ukrainian pride.
Thank you, Shruti, for sharing that. And yesterday also we talked about this, but now President Trump has expressed optimism about Putin's willingness to end this war in Ukraine, but also mentioned the need for further talks with Ukraine's president. So how realistic is this optimism according to you?
Well, Trump in his own statement has said he's 25% sure that it might not work. So there is, he himself going to the table knows that there might be a few concessions or demands that the US or NATO wants to make of Russia, and Putin might not want to participate in those demands. So there is a chance that he might just walk away. Such a specific number probably means that he himself has put forth 4 demands. I think they would probably want to put NATO there in Ukraine, and that would be the hard line, which is the 25% chance that he's talking of, that Russia would probably walk away if the NATO demand is a hard line for USA to broker this peace. Beyond this, I understand that there is going to be, he's hinted that if this particular peace talk or this particular deal between 2 nations is finalized and the sale of Ukrainian land in whichever form is finalized, then the next step would probably be a peace signing deal, because unfortunately for Ukraine, they have Zelensky as their president, and while the decisions and policies come through other NATO nations, European as well as American. So they will have to, while they broker the deal, the signing authority remains with Zelensky, and that is why he will be invited. If this particular deal on the table comes through, then he would be invited to come forth and sign the papers on behalf of the Ukrainian people. And if America says yes, although Zelensky has been sending out many cries on social media and media bites saying that it will not tolerate any exchange of land or favors of Ukraine in return for peace. And they do not want a peace where Ukraine is left at mercy of Russia. I don't think he has any authority in countering anything Trump or NATO or Europe tells him to do. So he will sign peacefully like the vassal state that it is. And that is what the connotations of the second meeting is. So today what comes out of the 30-40 minutes that these two leaders interact is what is going to show whether the coming days are going to be peaceful for Ukrainians, although humiliating or not, or whether the war, which has been now 3 years into going, continue